riding the back of my scooter. I had a scooter in those days. Anyway, and then she'd get on the phone, he'd get on the phone. I'd say, watch out for this guy. I would call, well, she had a nickname too. What the hell was it? Candace. We called her something or other. I forgot what the hell her name was.
Mm-hmm.
What you call it? What name we gave her? As we used to say of her, that you could dip her in shit, she'd come out looking as beautiful and fresh as she always did. She was just ravishingly beautiful. So obviously they were having an affair. And I got several calls during that season, the summer season, really late at night or early in the morning because they were 3 hours behind. So, and then, I don't know, Pat, if you want more about Warren Beatty, I don't know. Oh, well, I could tell you one story that's a bad story. Like I said, 2 bad stories. We were staying in a motel in Rock Creek. And these things happen on movie sets. People find out where the stars are staying, what local hotel when they're there on location. And they come flocking, especially for a guy like him, the girls came. And, and he contemptuously took as many to bed as he could and called them starfuckers, contemptuously. So one night, Louis Prima and Keely Smith's band checks into the motel. And Keely Smith, I see her and I think she says, what's Warren's room? I said, down there. Boom, she goes into Warren. And 15 minutes later I get a phone call. It's the Swami, BH. Do me a favor, will you? There are 3 women. I want you to entertain them for about 40 minutes, and I'll call when to send them over here. And so that's what I did. I just gave it, and that's one story. The other story, which is a great, even a better story, where it's late in the day, it's a hot day in August, it's 5:30, 6 o'clock, I guess. We quit work early and come in. And I'm driving him in the open Cadillac, the convertible. And we're going down, we're moving between Park Avenue and Lexington. No, I'm sorry. We're moving between Lexington and 3rd, alongside Bloomingdale's. And there's huge crowds, people are getting home from work and leaving their offices and all that, huge crowd. And traffic is slow, but we're talking about something or other, I forgot. And he says, BH, stop. And he vaults out of the car like Douglas Fairbanks and walks over to the sidewalk. And I see him talking to some absolutely ravishing young woman. And he takes her, he brings her in, he opens the car door. Meanwhile, honk, 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 honk. He doesn't give a shit. He opens the door, slides her in next to me, gets in after me, shuts the door. He said, let's go, BH. He said, this is Letitia. I say, oh, hi, Letitia. She looks dubious, but she says hi. And he didn't even know her. So we get to the hotel, and he says, come up. Well, both of you come up. We'll have a drink. Well, we have a drink. And he says, would you excuse Letitia and me for a while, a little bit? I said, sure. In they go. She comes out totally just pulling her clothes on.
But you never got to work with him again, even though you had a pretty good relationship.
We had very good relationship, but he was making everything on the coast,
Yeah.
Some of the people would take their makeup men with them everywhere. He was not one of them. One of them was Natalie Wood. She would take Bob Gyrus, who was her makeup man. She would take him everywhere, and he would always say, "BH, I'm going to take you with me. We're going to Vienna." He used to call her the badge. See, meaning she shows the badge. The badge is her face and famous fortune that would get you anything you wanted. So he says, "The badge is going to Vienna, and I'm taking you with me." So we began to sing, "With the badge in Vienna, with the badge in Vienna."
It's too bad you never made that trip.
No, never did.
But you didn't start out to be a makeup artist.
I did not. I started out to be a writer, and as it were, a starving writer. I had a friend in college, Irv Buckman, whose brother, a big brother, was named Herman Buckman. And Herman had always wanted to be a makeup man, and was a makeup man in the 1940s. In fact, he made up Canada Lee when Canada Lee played in the Duchess of Malfi on Broadway. Turned him into a white man. His reputation was made after that, you know. Not that it was a terrific job. You smeared a lot of white on him. Anyway, he, after World War II, shortly after that, something developed called the American Theater Wing the American Theater Wing School for the Theater. And it was a school for returning veterans who were being helped in all kinds of professional arenas because of what they did in the war. So he was the makeup teacher, and he would call me and say, "Come to my classes Tuesday and Thursday." So I use you as a model. So he used me as a model, and invariably he would take me to dinner, which was great because I was a starving writer in Greenwich Village. And so Tuesday and Thursday I ate at a place called Gilhooly's on 8th Avenue and 48th Street, an Irish restaurant. I always have a big heaping plate of corned beef, cabbage, and boiled potatoes. And then I would go into the thing, and he would go into the class with him, and he would he put a little doily around me, and he'd bake me up, whatever the assignment was for that night, whatever the topic of the class was. And I did this and did this and did this, and I was falling deeper and deeper into debt, frankly. And he always said to me, "Look, I can get you a job in television like that." I got to write, but I wasn't writing. You know, I was starting stuff, a lot of stuff started, nothing done. So finally one day he said, "Look, I can get you on NBC television tomorrow. All you have to do is say yes. I'll give the assistant chair of that department a call. You go see her." I said, "Okay. Well, where do I go?" So he told me where to go. Told me the room number. Her name was Jo something or other. Pretty girl. And I went in to see her, and she said, "Hi." I said, "Hi, I'm Bill Herman." "Hi, I heard a lot about you," she said. The hell was there to hear about me? I was, 24 years old, 23 years old. She said, "Here's your schedule for next week." So she gave me a schedule. Said, "Here's a W-2. Fill out your W-2." And
there you were.
There I was.
And you were on your way.
$90 a week.
But your first job must have been, you must have had to fake it quite a bit.
Oh, I did. My first job, my first assignment was to do the makeup for a kind of a mystery, a weekly mystery called Lights Out, a half-hour mystery thing called Lights Out.
Mm-hmm.
And it was with Peter Cookson and his beautiful wife, whose name escapes me. She was actually better known than he was. I don't know why I remember him. She was terrific, redhead. So in a panic, I called up my friend Irving because he had bitten the bullet and signed on 6 or 7 months before I did. So he was a veteran and he knew what to do. And so I said, Irving, what should I do? He says, number 5 pancake for the women, and number 7 for the men. I said, why don't you just come down and make sure that I don't smear it on their asses, their faces. He said, okay. So he came down, he got me through that.
Oh, good. Let's pause this for a while and get a break.
Yeah.